Good evening, everybody. My name is Joseph. Presentation for Survey of Predictive Analytical Techniques. The project topic is Weather Dynamics and Bike Share Systems, Financial Concerns of New Investors. This project is divided into 3 phases. Phase 1 has to do with introduction, problem statement, problem purpose, and then hypothesis, questions and hypothesis. We all know that due to the fear of, losing money or fear of failure, a lot of companies, a lot of investors don't want to invest in new businesses. In this project, Davy Bike Share System have been used as a case study to study the activities of how weather affect the activities of bike share system. We all know that most of the time researchers study how bike share system is emerging in the world in recent times, but most of the researchers are refusing to study the labor cost of bike share system, which includes fixing bike parts, dog maintenance, bike repairs, and recovering missing bikes. This actually has significant effect on cost management. The project purpose is to evaluate the operations of bike share system during bad weather conditions. It also will help investors who have plans to invest in bike share systems to institute good financial management. Furthermore, it will help students who are interested in studying bike share systems. And then the project will also go further to serve as an academic reference for researchers. The project comes with questions such as, is weather a challenge to bike share systems? What weather challenge affect bike share activities? These two questions led to the development of 2 hypotheses. One of them has to do with the null hypothesis that says weather has no effect on bike share systems. And then the alternative hypothesis says that weather has significant effect on bike share system. Methodologies adapted include the use of Excel and R programming language to examine the activities and analyze the data set. The data was extracted from an online source, and then data exploration and then data analysis were done using analytical techniques such as regression analysis. The second part shows how 2017 Davy Bike System dataset was sampled October to December activities were used. Data cleaning and then data restructuring were all done using Excel. And then descriptive statistics was run to study the variables within the data set to check the mean, median, standard deviation, maximum, and then the minimum as shown on the screen. And then a regression analysis was run to eliminate all the variables that were not that had no relevance in the study. A hypothesis test would also be run, and then a two-tailed test would be conducted to either support or reject the third part. The results states that there is a relationship between weather and bike share systems. So therefore, as the weather becomes bad, riders also reduce bike rides. And then when the regression analysis was run, any variable that was higher than 0.15 was dropped, and then another regression was run to establish the variable that was so strong to, have impact on the analysis. With the hypothesis testing, to test whether the null hypothesis should be rejected or accepted, we ran a two-tailed hypothesis, and then in the hypothesis we could realize that the t is equals to negative 0.0827, which is almost like 83%. Considering alpha to be 0.05, the sample mean x is equals to 42.8587, and then the hypothesis mean is equals to 43. In this analysis, we could say that when the hypothesis mean is greater than the sample mean, it means that you cannot, accept the null hypothesis. In order to support this argument, we could see that the p-value came out as 0.934, which is almost like 93%. And then it is greater than the alpha, which is 0.05. And when the p-value is greater than the alpha, it means the null hypothesis is automatically rejected, and then the alternative hypothesis is accepted. In conclusion, this study was conducted by getting data set from online source, Kegley online source, and then a problem statement was developed. The purpose of the project was to study and evaluate bike share operations during bad weather conditions, methodologies, and then a hypothesis testing was conducted. The results and then discussion was, as I said, and then there were some limitations because, due to lack of extensive knowledge and then analytical, knowledge, as well as the sample size. The sample size was too small to be able to have a full reflection of the study. However, everything was okay. The study went well, and so we were able to arrive at a point that during bad weather conditions, labor must be reduced so that the cost of labor will be minimized. And then this is my referencing. Thank you so much.